Alright, Hillbilly Garage 2.0 is up. It is on the roof. We are starting to work on the electrical in that. So it is at a good enough place right now that I can take some time, get back here on working on Project Minnie Mouse and throwing this turbo in here. Nothing's changed since the last video you guys saw, except Mighty Mouse has been collecting dust here from all the construction work. I did have everything covered in here to keep dust and sawdust out of there. But we're going to get back to work and hopefully get this turbo maybe not mounted in this video, but what I want to do is at least get a support for the turbo braced. I've got some odd and end pieces here of metal angle iron. Basically what I'm going to do is build a support from this motor mount so that it'll hold this turbo on in about this area right here. And that should make it a little bit easier for getting all my exhaust mounted up, my intake mounted up. I have decided I'm going to go ahead and run this stock muffler on this. That way we're kind of able to make this a little bit of a sleeper. We can kind of sneak up and people don't realize you just have a turbo. And I can just gun it and take off in a sprint. Again, we're not going to have any real higher top speed, but we should hit our top end pretty quick with that turbo if all works well. Again, this is untested territory. I have no idea how a turbo is going to perform on a Pioneer 500, this being the first. So it may be a complete waste of time and money. Well, not a waste of time. It will be a waste of money. But figuring out if this is worth doing or not is not a waste of time. And it'll save you guys lots of money. Hopefully it works. And what I'm going to do as well, I got this cat, which something happened to the stuff in the middle. I just woke up one morning and it was all gone. I don't know how that happened. Where I have the turbo fixed up, I'm putting, by the time we weld this back onto here, that should be right about the end of our turbo. So that'll work nicely. I can mount my CO2 bung for my auto tuner in here. Or if I need a little piece to make up the difference, I'll just go ahead and cut this one out here and use this piece. But the auto tune kit, the DynoJet does come with a new bung that fits the new O2 sensor. Well, it's not really an O2 sensor. It is, it isn't. It's used for by the auto tune, not the stock one. So we can use that and put that in anything we want. So that's the plan for the day. A little cutting, a little welding, a little turbo mounting. So let's get at it. That'll do. It fits. Right, here's this guy. I think she'll go in there. It's hard getting that bolt out. I had to spin it out. I'm gonna have to spin her in. Actually, I'm thinking I want to trim a little off the bottom of that. This here needs to be able to move independently from this bottom for the little bit of engine vibration you'll get. That's why I don't want to mount anything right on the frame, because we will have vibration from the engine. We need the turbo to be able to move with that vibration. So I need to trim that so it's not hitting the bottom of that mount. Yeah, that's better. Now it can float on that a little bit. Yeah, that will work quite nicely. At least close enough. I clean up my cuts. We can make it work. Hey, look at that. She's staying up by herself. All right. One step closer. Now, Get a little better idea how this is going to work. I'm going to need a little piece of pipe in there, I'm thinking. Probably going to cut that off too, so we clear. We get rid of this heat shield mount and a little short piece of pipe. And that'll have it for our exhaust outlet side. Yeah, we can grind that down before we're done. Let's throw this in place here real quick, see how we're lining up. What else we're gonna have to do to get this exhaust outlet to the turbo. From the turbo, looks like we're gonna be real close. Oh, I like it. Look at that. Now I just need a short little tiny piece to connect that to my turbo flanges here. And we'll be good. Awesome. Yeah, alrighty, let's see. I think I got enough play to get that weasel in there. That in there. Like that. That. Like that. Oh, go in there. Look at that. We got ourselves a completed exhaust. Well, once it's welded. Alright, should have this tacked good enough now. I'll take this flange off and take her over to the bench. Oh yeah. And weld her up. Well, my welding skills are continually improving as I go here. Still not the prettiest, but we are getting better. I'm going to go ahead and weld both these flanges together. And since I can get at it pretty easy, I'm going to go ahead and weld this pipe on the inside too. That way we're sealed good and can direct all of them exhaust gases through our catalytic converter and outer muffler. And just like that, she is all nestled in there, snug as a bug in a rug. So we got our exhaust done from our outlet to the muffler. So that's looking good. I'm going to go ahead now and mock up the rest of my exhaust. Now, yes, it'd be nice to just bend all new pipe, give you a little more options. I don't have any tubing bender to bend the exhaust, so I'm trying to reuse as much of this exhaust pipe as I can. So I'm thinking that the rest of this piece here, I'm going to be able to trim and fab to fit in there, and then just get away with having to add a little short piece on there. So that's what I'm going to work on. I think if we cut this here, get rid of this weld here, well, actually, we're probably going to have to cut this back here to lower this, or else we're going to be hitting the frame right here. What's our angle here? Yeah, we'll definitely have to cut that back in order to drop that to reach. I mean, it would be nice to come right with a 90 bend right off of that flange, right straight to that. But again, I don't have a pipe bender and I have no way to get to it. And this 16 gauge tube, like used for exhaust, you can't get pre-bent 90s or anything. I have looked high and low. Trust me, you just can't get them. So unless you have a tubing bender to bend it, which I don't. I'm just gonna have to make do. And again, guys, don't forget as well, I've probably said this, what, a half a dozen times right now. This is just kind of a proof of concept idea. If all goes well with this turbo, we get the results I'm hoping for, then we will go back and fine tune this a little bit, get a little more pickier with our exhaust, maybe even play around with our placement of our turbo, upgrade to a little better turbo. But since this is the prototype, we're just kind of doing it to get it done to see how it's going to do. So that's what's that. Let's go ahead and get this hooked up and get one step closer to getting this guy done. Alright guys, it kind of looks like a little bit of a Frankenstein pipe here, but I was able to use all of the factory exhaust except for that one little piece right there in the end to make the final pipe we need to get us the rest of the way to our exhaust header. So now that all that's left to do is to lay down some sick professional quality beads of weld, and we'll slap this guy on there. I tell you what, guys, I'm not by any means an expert welder. I got a long way to go before my welds I would consider decent. Well, these are decent. I mean, they're holding. We'll say considered good. But I got the job done. As far as welding goes, I just need more practice. This is a good way to practice. So the next time we're working on Mighty Mouse, that's probably what I'm going to be doing, is get my little box in there mounted so I can mount my oil pump, my oil tank, and get that plumbed in. Because once we do that, we could probably do just a little test fire to see what kind of whistle we get out of this guy. So I know it's taking me a while to get on these videos. Again, I'm working on Hillbilly Garage, trying to get that done at the same time I'm working on this. But we'll probably go back and forth between two. I got a little more done on Mighty Mouse. I'll probably have to focus a little on getting some of the Hillbilly Garage wired. Which, don't forget, you can see all the construction process of the Hillbilly Garage 2.0 as a Patreon exclusive, which you can become a Patreon exclusive and get access to all that content for as little as $1 a month. And once the wiring's done on that, we'll get back to doing this and get that oil stuff hooked up so we can test fire that. don't worry, it won't be too long. Probably another week and a half or so. I'll have another video up on this guy by the time I get this video up. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being very patient with me and getting this done. And I'll also have something new to AMR here starting in the fall, which I'll give you more information on that as we get closer. So thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on riding with some turbo whistle.